What's the difference between living in Palm Springs and San Francisco? Stay tuned, let's find out. Let's find out the differences between living in Palm Springs and San Francisco. Hi, Neil here. The first thing we're going to look at is the population, the difference between the two cities. San Francisco, of course, is a much larger city than Palm Springs. The population of Palm Springs is 47,140, and the population of San Francisco is 864,000. Of course, if you count the Palm Springs area population and include the 9 cities of the Coachella Valley, the local Palm Springs area population is about 388,000. And the Palm Springs Coachella Valley population has doubled its population size in the last 30 years. Now, let's look at the cost of living. San Francisco is 105% more expensive to live in than Palm Springs. Palm Springs is about 31% more expensive than the U.S. average, but San Francisco is about 169% more expensive than the U.S. average. The biggest cost, as you might expect in San Francisco, is housing. The median home cost in Palm Springs is $415,300, and the median home cost in San Francisco is $1,378,300. So you can obviously buy a lot more house here in the Palm Springs area than you can in San Francisco for the same amount of money. Now, let's look at some other costs. Food and grocery costs are less expensive in Palm Springs. In fact, they're about close to the U.S. average. However, San Francisco food and grocery costs are about 17% higher than the Palm Springs and the U.S. average. Another area where Palm Springs wins big is healthcare costs. Palm Springs has great medical facilities, including Desert Regional and the Eisenhower Medical Center, and the health costs are about 12% less than the U.S. average, while San Francisco has about the same costs for health care as the entire U.S. Utility costs in Palm Springs are more expensive. In fact, they're about 14% higher than the U.S. average, whereas San Francisco's utility costs are about 3% lower than the U.S. national average. Transportation costs are less expensive in Palm Springs, but they're about 30% higher than the U.S. average. And San Francisco transportation costs are much higher. They're 58% higher than the U.S. average. As of this recording in September 2020, the average cost of gasoline in Palm Springs is $3.13. And the average cost in San Francisco is $3.23. Keep in mind that gas prices fluctuate almost daily, and summer prices are somewhat different than winter prices. Electric cars are very popular in Palm Springs, and charging stations are available all over the Coachella Valley. The median age in San Francisco is 19 years younger than Palm Springs. The Palm Springs median age is 52 years old, and the San Francisco median age is 38 years old. The median age of a home in Palm Springs is 41 years old, and the median age of a home in San Francisco is 75 years old. Homes are more likely to be rented in San Francisco than they are here in Palm Springs. Air quality and water quality also score higher in Palm Springs than San Francisco. Palm Springs' air quality score is 76 out of 100, while San Francisco scores only 37 out of 100. Job growth in San Francisco remains positive, but Palm Springs is seeing more and more people moving here and working remotely from home. Household income in San Francisco is higher than in Palm Springs. Median Palm Springs income is $45,497, and San Francisco median income is $78,378. Weather is quite different between Palm Springs and San Francisco. San Francisco on the coast, of course, and Palm Springs in the desert. Palm Springs receives 5 inches of rain on average per year, and San Francisco receives about 25 inches per year. The average high temperature in July in Palm Springs is 108 degrees, and the average high temperature in San Francisco in July is 67 degrees. The average low temperature in Palm Springs and San Francisco, however, is the same in January at 46 degrees. Palm Springs is 479 feet above sea level, and San Francisco is 52 feet above sea level. Palm Springs and San Francisco are both subject to earthquakes, and the San Andreas Fault starts here in the Coachella Valley and runs all the way up the coast to San Francisco. The walk score of Palm Springs is 35 out of 100, so it's definitely a car-dependent community. The most walkable neighborhoods in Palm Springs are downtown Palm Springs, the Warm Sands neighborhood, and the Barristo neighborhood. San Francisco, on the other hand, ranks 87 out of 100. And it's the second most walkable large city in the U.S. Sales tax in Palm Springs is 9.25%. The sales tax in San Francisco is 8.5%. Commute time in Palm Springs averages about 21 minutes compared to San Francisco, which is 33 minutes. Both Palm Springs and San Francisco are great places to live, but both have their pros and cons. I've done a whole nother video on the pros and cons of living here in the Palm Springs area. Be sure to check it out. If you're thinking about moving here to the Palm Springs area, about buying a second home or a condo, be sure to get in touch with me. We want to make your experience as smooth as possible. And be sure to subscribe to my channel because each week I put up new videos about the Palm Springs area. Now, watch this next video about the best neighborhoods in Palm Springs. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.